Happy Sunday, all you Minties. This is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, and join me today for my overview of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Necessary Evil Part 1 Deluxe Edition from Boom Studios. So, let's get started. And welcome back, everybody. Before getting started, I want to give a huge shout out to Organic Price Books for sending us a copy of this Deluxe Edition. So this is the latest Deluxe Edition from Boom Studios of their Mighty Morphin Power Rangers hardcover collections. So what we have here on the front is the White Rangers. So a little bit of a spoiler, but I mean, what are you going to do? It's on the cover. The spine has this, I assume it's supposed to be gold, like the colors on the White Ranger, but you know, could be, I don't know, baby poop yellow or baby food yellow. Should have gone with baby food yellow. Let's do that. Boom Studios, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Necessary Evil Part 1. That's right, this is Part 1. Here are the credits to the creators whose work are collected in here. Part 2 has already been solicited for next year, so every year we get one of these hardcovers. Here's the back of the book, just like the other ones. I'll do a comparison here in a minute. But Boom Studios, the retail price being $75. And of course the ISBN, and then you have licensed by Hasbro. So Hasbro does own the rights to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Not just the toys, but everything with Power Rangers in the name. So here you have all 5 of the hardcovers together. Year 1, Year 2, Shattered Grid, Beyond the Grid, and the latest book here, Necessary Evil Part 1. So if you've been getting them every year, here's what they would look like on the bookshelf together. Now, I believe Year 1 and Year 2 are out of print right now, but I think, this is just me thinking, that when that box set comes out, they are going to reprint Volumes 1 and 2, or Year 1 and 2. And that box set is this beautiful box set they kickstarted, and will be available through retailers too. I know some people are upset about that, but let's focus on the book. So here's what all the spines look like together. And of course the back of the books. Now, one thing you may notice from the back is the change from Saban brands to Hasbro. That's right, Saban sold the brand over to Hasbro, so that's the only difference. The prices have always been $75 of these books. So let's go ahead, get this one open, talk a little bit about the story, but show off that artwork and then look at the build. So let's get this book opened. Here we have that same gold, yellow look to the bookend pages, which will be found throughout the entire collection here for the covers. Written by Ryan Parrott and Cena Grace. Now, Ryan Parrott does write every single issue in here, and Cena Grace helps him with the Go-Go Power Rangers. But here are your 2 big artists right here, Daniel Di Nicuolo and Francesco Mortarino. So, kicking it off with this 2-page story right here, kind of catching you up on what's happened before, and then right here, chapter 1. So all of this happens after Beyond the Grid. And Beyond the Grid, I think I'm not alone here when I say that it was not as good as the previous books. It's a little boring, and probably because they introduced a bunch of new characters. You didn't see the old characters, but rest assured we're back to classic storytelling. Even though Kyle Higgins is not writing any of this, we do have Ryan Parrott and Cena Grace step up. So here we have a collection of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issues 40 through 47 and Go-Go Power Rangers 21 through 28. So if you're not familiar with what the differences are, Go-Go Power Rangers usually takes place in the past, while the present story is in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comics. So in the Shattered Grid story, though, the 2 of them kind of blended because it was crossing over different dimensions. And in this particular story, it's pretty interesting the way they do it. Okay, so let me just explain without going too heavy into spoilers here, but we do have Tommy becoming the White Ranger. So this is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. We have 3 new Rangers that replaced Jason, Trini, and Zach. We have Adam, Aisha, and Rocky. Much like the TV show. Well, unlike the TV show, the actors of Jason, Trini, and Zach, their agents wanted more money, and eventually the writers wrote them off the show and replaced them with different actors. Now, within the show, they said that, they went away to Switzerland to a peace conference. In this book, it's very similar to that, but with a little bit of a twist, and I'll let you find out what that means. So yes, Tommy now in present day is the White Ranger. And it's a little bit confusing because you're like, wait, where did everybody else go? What's going on? When did all this take place? Well, that's where Go-Go Power Rangers comes in. So Go-Go Power Rangers is the journey of Tommy, who is losing his power because of the events of Shattered Grid, and his journey to become the White Ranger. He's building a relationship with Kimberly here, and then you get to find out exactly what ends up happening to Jason, how he gets a phone call to go to Switzerland, and when you read the book, you'll see exactly what I mean. And it's something that he couldn't turn down, so he got his other two friends involved. So that's the story of Go-Go Power Rangers. The story is drawn a little more cartoony, a little more anime style. And both times have their own baddies. We have Lord Zed in the current time, and he's getting the help of this badass right here named Dane. This guy right here that's studying the Power Rangers. And in the past, we have a crisis to save the multiverse with this Blue Ranger with a badass cloak. I hope they make a toy of him and Dane coming in and warning. Kind of like, if you've read Crisis on Infinite Earths, kind of like the Monitor warning everybody with Arbinger that the end is coming unless they fix things. So that's practically what this is. We have the new Rangers here that are getting used to becoming Power Rangers, and they're not really working well together, and both Kimberly and Tommy see that. Billy's still the Blue Ranger here, but these three they're not meshing well with the team. And then in the past, it's all about the journey of Tommy becoming the White Ranger, and then also introducing Adam, Aisha, and Rocky to replace Jason, Trini, and Zach. And it's interesting to go back and forth and read this. I like the way that this is collected because they kept talking about this War Bunny thing, and I thought, well, okay, that must be an in-joke to a Easter egg from an episode. Well, no, it's actually in here because that's one thing about me. I never watched Power Rangers, so talking about it makes me feel like I'm not worthy to talk about this book because, my era of Sentai, I guess if you will, was Ultra 7, Ultraman. That was the things that I was into. But this is the Bulk and Skull story right here, where they're still part of the Ranger Station filming things behind the scenes, and they have a rival Ranger, what are they called? Ranger Radio, I think. It's a podcast. Oh no, it's a YouTube channel. So, what was I saying? So, what I do like, though, and what I appreciate and respect is the behind the scenes, kind of like the way of Robotech. If it wasn't for Carl Macek, again, we wouldn't have Power Rangers. Carl Macek is the guy that brought over 3 different anime to put together Robotech. And one of the voice actors was Tony Oliver. Tony Oliver was the voice of Rick Hunter. And Tony Oliver really learned a lot of bringing over properties to America. And he was one of the producers on Power Rangers eventually, which is why the character of Tommy is named Tommy Oliver. So that's the kind of things that I know about this stuff. So going in here, I'm sure there's nostalgia for a lot of people with Lord Zed and all the replacement of Jason, Trini, and Zach with the new Rangers. But for me, it was just really kick-ass story. So we're also introduced, one more thing I do have to show, to these 4 new Rangers. They're called the Omega Rangers. And while I don't really like the design of their Zords, these are their Zords, the design of them themselves, pretty badass. They look like they look like the Ninja Rangers, I think. I don't know if is that what they were called, Ninja Spirit? But anyway, it's these guys right here. There's 4 of them, and they're known as the Omega Rangers. We don't know if they're good or bad yet, but you can find out for yourself by reading the book. My job is just to show off the artwork here. And then again, the other thing I want to say is that what I like about this is the breaks in between. So the Go-Go Power Rangers is more about the teenage drama themselves, while there's still these bad things happening in the background. While Mighty Morphin is nothing but kick-ass action, and we have this new threat that's coming. Go-Go Power Rangers seems to focus more on the characters, the teenage drama, the love, the relationship between all of them, why they should trust each other. I like that about it. It's a nice little break in between. So the way that this is collected is you get to read some kick-ass action, you slow it down to get some human emotions in there, and then you go back to kick-ass action. Not that Go-Go does not have its share of badass moments, but you get enough of lovey-dovey stuff and you're like, all right, let's go back to some kick-ass monster whooping action. And that's the way the book is collected. Now, the book has 496 pages. And let's look at the extras in the back. There is only one story. It's the background of Dane. It's the one short story in the back here. But here's the cover gallery. One of my favorite things that Boom did was put all the covers in the back. As a matter of fact, it is the reason why I bought Year One when I was working in Vegas. And a big shout out to my buddy Gabe Loves 90s Comics down there. I think he goes by Ninja Comics these days. From Omni Bros, we hung out together. We went through different shops, and I picked up Year One because I flipped through it and I said, oh, cool, it's got all the covers and they're all splash pages. $75, but he knew the guy that worked at the shop, so I got a little bit of a discount. But anyway, that's the reason why I bought it. That's why it kind of irritated me a little bit when I was doing my overview of the Something is Killing the Children slipcase, because none of the covers are collected in there. I wish they had done something like this, but like I said, maybe with slipcase volume 2 they'll add the covers. But here are all the covers of not just Mighty Morphin, but also, okay, I had to skip a few in there because they're a little bit of a spoiler, but there's some kick-ass covers in here. And some of these things don't really happen in the book, but here's the covers to Go-Go Power Ranger. So they're separated. Go-Go Power Ranger seems to be a little more lighthearted. It reminds me of something that I would find in a manga, with mainly the characters, their human faces like this, like yearbook quotes and things like that. There's a few exceptions, right? And like I said, sometimes the covers have nothing to do with what you'll find on the inside of the book. It's a Weezer cover right there. Nice. But this is the type of covers that Go-Go has. The book has this thick, hey, never mind, glossy paper, much like the other years that they've collected. And as far as the binding, let's look at that really quick. It is sewn binding, and here is your eye. It does have a flat spine like the other ones, so it wouldn't make any sense to start making these round. I don't know about the binding of the box sets that are coming out next year. But as far as all these are all sewn binding, some thick glossy paper, and the book lays over nicely. And I will be 100% honest with you. I know today was supposed to be my Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 3 overview, but I was reading this until 2:30 in the morning because I was just having fun and I wanted to know the secrets. I wanted to know the twist in here. And I don't know, I hope you have as much fun as I did reading this and couldn't put it down. And thank goodness we got an extra hour last night. And that, as they say, is that. If you're interested in purchasing this book or pre-ordering the box set, don't forget to check out our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online home for brand new graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They pride themselves on packaging your books so they arrive safely in an excellent condition, as well as prompt and helpful service. Check out the bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. CGN is excited to announce that they are now taking pre-orders. They're making it easier for you to ensure that you don't miss out on the hottest releases. CGN is currently running a special promotion for your mentees. If you're a first-time customer, let them know that you were referred by Near Mint Condition at the checkout, and you'll receive a credit for free shipping on your next order. This promotion is valid for U.S. customers only. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount and quality shipping and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. And that was the content, the page count, and build of this deluxe edition. Let me know in the comments down below if you've been picking them up every year like I have. If you miss year 1 and year 2 and you're hoping for reprints, I think, like I mentioned through the video, that they will eventually come when the box set is out. So yeah, let me know in those comments if you've been reading it monthly, what you think about the new series since it was revamped. So leave all those questions and comments down below. Don't forget to smash that like button and ring that bell for notifications to let you know when our videos are going live. We are on Spreadshop and on Patreon. Amazing ways to support the channel if you can do so. And more importantly, everyone, may the power always protect you.